Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, I'm going to be stepping in as your personal coach. We're looking at what I like to call the ultimate playbook for reclaiming your time, building compounding success, and honestly, just entirely transforming your life. And the best part, we're going to do it just 60 minutes at a time. No fluff, no impossible standards, just a highly effective, structured game plan. Let's get into it. So, what if just 60 minutes could completely flip the script on your life? You probably think I'm crazy, right? Most people won't believe it. And that's because we've all been sold this massive lie. We're told that transformation requires some kind of miracle. We think success demands 20-hour workdays, incredible luck, or being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But the source material we're unpacking today absolutely shatters that myth. It shows us that all it really takes is 1 hour. Just 1 hour of pure intention and daily discipline. 1 hour where you decide to actually work on you instead of passively watching someone else live their life. All right, so here's the exact game plan we're covering today to systematically rewire your habits, your wealth, and your health. First, take back your morning. Second, direction before action. Third, from consumption to creation. Fourth, fuel your body and mind. And finally, track, reflect, and refine. Okay, let's jump straight into section 1, take back your morning. This is the wake-up call. Think about it. Your morning is literally the launch pad for your entire day. But what do most of us do? In a typical morning, you wake up, instantly grab the phone, doom scroll the news, check your messages. You're immediately reacting to the world's chaos. You're giving your most valuable fresh hour away to drama and notifications. Listen, if you don't program your mind in that first hour, the world is going to do it for you. Now contrast that with a transformational morning. This is about guarding that first hour like absolute treasure. It's about intentionally designing your morning to create and build your mind before the world demands your attention. Don't trade the absolute gold of your first hour for the crumbs of social media scrolling. So how do we actually do this? Well, here's a practical, non-negotiable morning ritual to program your mind for success before you even think about touching your phone. Step 1, wake up just a little bit earlier. Not because it's a cool internet trend, but because it is genuinely transformational. Step 2, read 10 pages of a good book. Just feed your mind. Step 3, write down 3 things you're grateful for to really ground yourself. And step 4, visualize your goals and just sit in silence for a minute. Do what the old you never made time for. If you win this first hour, I promise you, you win the day. Moving right along to section 2, direction before action, setting the compass. Look, being busy means absolutely nothing if you're sprinting on a treadmill going nowhere, right? Action without direction is just a massive recipe for frustration. That brings us to the 3-minute clarity check. Before you jump into your hour, spend the first 3 minutes getting total clarity on paper. Ask yourself, where am I going? What specific skill am I building today? What am I trying to improve? And honestly, why does this even matter to me? Actually write it down. A person with direction might walk a little slower, but they get so much further. Direction matters way, way more than speed. Next up, section 3, from consumption to creation, building your fortune. This is where we shift our focus to upgrading your wealth and your intellect. And Jim Rohn really hit the nail on the head here when he said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Setting aside 1 focused hour a day to feed your mind and learn new skills is your ultimate secret weapon for financial growth. Think about it. When most people get home, they just shut down. They passively consume. They binge TV. They scroll. But if you take that quiet hour to self-educate, maybe start a side hustle, learn a high-value skill, or just plan your next move, you shift from being a consumer to a creator. And guys, that is exactly how you build an independent fortune. But there's a brutal reality check here regarding how self-education actually works. You can spend 10 hours passively consuming theory, reading, watching, collecting info without ever acting on it, but let's be real, that's just entertainment. 1 hour of actual practice, though, writing, pitching, building, failing, and executing, that is entirely different. Success comes from what you practice. 1 hour of bold, imperfect action is going to do more for your life than a lifetime of just thinking about it. You've got to step into the arena. All right, section 4, fuel your body and mind, the engine. You absolutely cannot build a legacy or a fortune if you're constantly burnt out or managing physical pain all the time. We really need to redefine how you view physical fitness. Your body is not just, a vehicle for getting around. It is the absolute engine of achievement for your life. The body and mind are completely linked. You can't think straight when you're exhausted, and you can't lead when you're weak. Getting some physical movement in directly elevates your energy, gives you mental clarity, and skyrockets your daily productivity. Energy is the fuel for achievement. You want focus? Get up and move. You want drive? You've got to sweat a bit. And hey, this isn't about becoming a competitive bodybuilder or running back-to-back marathons. It's simply about honoring your health with just 1 hour of walking, stretching, or breathing to keep that engine running strong. Because if you don't make time for your wellness now, you are eventually going to be forced to make time for your illness. Protect the engine. Which brings us to Section 5, Track, Reflect, and Refine. The scorecard. So this is the accountability phase of the playbook. Life doesn't just automatically improve because you keep moving. Growth actually lives in the review process. So here's a super simple 5-minute checklist for the end of your hour. I call it the daily check-in. Just ask yourself, what did I learn? What did I actually accomplish? What did I struggle with? And what's tomorrow's fix? It's not overly complicated. It's just being honest with yourself. Excellence isn't one giant leap. It's a series of small, intelligent corrections over time. Think of it like an airplane. It's technically off course 90% of the time, but it constantly adjusts so it lands exactly where it's supposed to. That is exactly what this scorecard does for your life. And finally, let's look at the long game, stacking your future. Let's pivot to the compounding math of this habit because this is where the magic really kicks in. When these single hours start to stack up, it's incredible. 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week. That is 7 full hours you are now heavily investing directly into your own growth, your own skills, and your own future, rather than just throwing it away on distractions. Now expand that out a bit. That becomes 365 hours a year of unbroken, dedicated time to self-education, your health, and building that side fortune. And to put that into perspective, that amounts to more than 9 full-time work weeks dedicated entirely to upgrading your mind and your future. Think about that for a second. Imagine what you could do with 9 extra full-time weeks focused strictly on your growth. You could write a book, launch a business, completely master your mindset. It's huge. So, this brings us to the core philosophy of our explainer today. You don't change your life in one giant, dramatic leap. You just don't. You change it one consistent hour at a time. Small disciplines multiply. Every single time you show up for that hour, you're casting a vote for your future self. You slowly but surely shift your entire identity from a passive consumer to an active creator. Success isn't magic, guys. It's just discipline applied daily. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative challenge. What hour will you take back today? Seriously, don't wait for the new year. Don't wait for Monday. Today is a decision. Decide right now which 60 minutes you're going to claim, schedule it, and protect it like your future depends on it, because, well, it does. Walk away from this explainer totally activated. Take back your hour and go build your new life.